Right, I've mentioned about your devices. Sorry, I do apologise for that. Right, I welcome everyone to the hybrid General Licence Committee meeting. I'd like to welcome everyone, invited members attending remotely and members of the public. The following staff in attendance are the relicensing and licensing manager attending remotely, licensing officer attending remotely, continuous team leader Mid-Kent Legal present in the council chamber, democratic services present in the council chamber. Now, I've already gone through the emergency evacuation procedure. Would you like me to go through it again, or are you happy with that? Hey? I'm sorry, if I look at you, it don't mean I'm looking at you. I could be looking over there. I knew it was going to be one of those evenings. Have we got any apologies for absence?
Thank you, Chairman. Apologies have been received from Councillor Eddie Thomas, who is substituted by Councillor Ben J. Martin, from Councillor Mike Whiting, who is substituted by Councillor Mike Dendell, and from Councillor Roger Clark. Thank you.
Thank you.
Roger Clark will be substituted by Councillor Fowl.
Thank you, Councillor. I've done away with that list, so don't worry. Right, I would like to ask the members to approve the minutes of the meetings held on the 21st of January 2021, numbers 415 to 422, and the extraordinary meeting held on the 11th of March 2021, minutes numbers 528 and 530, as a correct record. And accept the minutes of the licensing subcommittee held on the 2nd of June, minutes number 26 to 29, the 2nd of June 2nd of June 21, minutes 30 to 33, 2nd of June 2021, minutes numbers 34 and 37, and on the 2nd of June again, minutes numbers 38 and 41. Has everyone read the minutes and happy with them? Thank you, everyone. Have we got any declarations of interest? I understand we've got no one registered to speak from the general public. Right, the item agenda is Part B report for decision by the committee. Review of scrap metal policy. Christine, would you like to give us? Are you there, Christine?
I certainly am, Chairman. I was waiting for you to finish.
Thank you.
Thank you. This report is to present members with a draft scrap metal policy and to invite comments on it prior to it being put out to public consultation and then formally adopted. There is no legal requirement for a policy, but it helps to reassure both applicants and the public alike as to the approach that Swale will take to both the licensing and enforcement of scrap metal dealers and scrap metal sites. Additionally, there is already much good work that is being undertaken by the Environmental Response Team regarding waste metal, and the licensing team wish to work closely with them to ensure compliance with the Act, and having an adopted policy assists with the same. A scrap metal dealers policy was first adopted by Swale in July 2018, with a commitment that it would be reviewed at 3-yearly intervals. There have been no changes to the legislation, and therefore the draft policy remains unchanged from that previously adopted. The policy takes into account the provisions of the Scrap Metal Dealers Act 2013, which for the first time gave local authorities the powers to refuse to grant a licence and powers to revoke a licence if deemed necessary. There are two different types of licences that can be issued: site licences and mobile collector licences. Site licences are self-explanatory and are to license sites to receive scrap metal and to collect it elsewhere to bring to the site. Mobile collectors are the people who travel around the streets and collect scrap from domestic dwellings and the like. Mobile collectors must obtain a licence from every local authority in whose area they collect, so it can be quite expensive. All applicants are required to obtain a DBS check to prove they are fit and proper. In both cases, all payments must be made by either a cheque or by electronic transfer. No cash is allowed to change hands. All licences are recorded not only locally, but on a central register maintained by the Environment Agency. Unfortunately, one thing that was missed when the legislation was drafted, probably because it was all washed through Parliament in a couple of months, is the ability to refuse a licence because there is no planning permission for a site. This policy reflects what is laid out in the legislation, as it is intended to ensure that the Council acts in a manner that is consistent both with the Act